Hey everybody, welcome to Rock and Pop Mandolin, RPM, your destination for learning classic rock and pop songs on this wonderful little 8-string instrument. My name is Mike DeJong, and today we're going to look at another John Mellencamp classic. This one is called Small Town and comes from his mid-1980s album Scarecrow, one of my favorite albums of the 1980s, just chock full of great songs, including this one. Originally, of course, played on the guitar with a capo on it, but I can show you how to play it on the mandolin in this lesson, in today's lesson. So please stay tuned. But first, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in to Rock and Pop Mandolin. But please hit that little red subscriber button down there in the lower right corner. It really helps this channel to continue to grow, and it helps me to continue producing rock and pop videos for you on the mandolin. So now, without further ado, let's dive into John Mellencamp's classic song, Small Town, on RPM. And now we're taking a closer look at Small Town by John Mellencamp, a great song to play on the mandolin and a great song to test the strength of your left hand, because some of those bar chords are going to be a little bit difficult for you if you haven't played them before, but you'll get it. It's not that difficult if you work on it, and if you practice, you can get them. So let's look at those opening chords from this song. Well, the song starts off with a B chord. It goes, and then from B to F sharp and down to E. All right? And, you know, the guitar player in Mellencamp's band is using a capo on this song. And I'm going to do something a little bit different than what he does on the original version of this song. I'm going to go a little bit more like this. Okay, so what am I doing there? Well, I'm playing that B chord right here, which is at the 4th fret of the G string, right there, and the 4th fret here of the D string, and then the 6th fret of the A string. I'm not bothering with the lowest string there for this chord. It's a nice B bar chord for mandolin, what I call a bar chord anyway, because it resembles those bar chords that you get on the guitar. All right, so that's a nice opening sort of ringing chord there. And then you just keep this bar shape in place, in the same place. Don't move it right there from the 4th fret. And you bring your ring finger down. So you go. And I'm kind of replicating what the guitarist is doing in Mellencamp's band. He's doing something like, he's doing a little movement there as well. Either something like that or something along the lines of that. So I think for the mandolin, that little part works really nicely if you do it like this. Right? So you're going from the B to an F sharp chord. This voicing of the F sharp at the 4th fret. So again, keeping that bar down, and then you move your ring finger from this string down to the G string, 6th fret. So 6th fret up here is a B, that's a B chord, and then 6th fret down here, it becomes an F sharp chord, right? And then if you slide that whole thing down 2 frets, it becomes an E chord, E major, or an E bar chord as I call it. So again, the basic chords there are B, right? F sharp to E. And the strumming pattern here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm pulling off that note there just ever so slightly. So on the F sharp. So you can either do it like this, where you come straight down from the B and just hit the F sharp chord clean, and then pull off to the 4th fret like that. Or you can do what I did earlier, which is give it a little kind of a pickup note, like that, from that same position. Okay, so, and down to the E chord, which actually is another bar, but you've got your ring finger on the 4th fret now, right? You're still barring, you've just moved that bar down to there. So watch again, I'll go really slowly, and it's strumming like this. Dun, dun. So the strumming pattern goes downstroke and then alternate right? And downstrokes again. And then they move back up to the F sharp again. So watch one more time. B, downstroke, and then up and down stroke, and then E, downstroke, and then you back to the F sharp again, right? So like that. So I'm using a lot of downstrokes there. Actually, I'm using all downstrokes from the E to the F sharp again. So downstrokes and then alternate strokes and then down like that. And that's the opening riff to this song. It's the signature riff that's played all throughout the track. And it's really fun to get that down under your fingers. It will give you a little bit of tension in your left hand and your left wrist if you're not used to playing it, but I'm certain you guys can get it. Later in the song, there's a little pre-chorus that goes down, down, I hit myself. All right, so what am I doing there? Well, I'm just alternating the chords that I've already shown you, right? So instead of starting on the B now, it starts on the E chord and it goes E to B, E back to B, and I'm using all downstrokes, and then to F sharp right there, F sharp right there again. So E to B, E to B, E to B, and then F sharp. All right, so that's kind of another part that's kind of a lead up to the chorus. Now, one thing I'd like to show you that is a really cool little trick that you can pull off on the mandolin to, again, replicate something that the guitar player is doing in Mellencamp's band. When you go to that F sharp chord, the final time, you know, this chord here that I've shown you already, with your bar here at the 4th fret and then your ring finger at the 6th, if you just change the grip slightly and move that finger off and use your 2nd finger, you can grab a nice little sus4 note up here and you can do what the Mellencamp guitar player is doing, like this. You hear how that's a little sus4 sound? So you really got to squeeze down on that F sharp chord. Right, and then back to the B chord. So what is that? Well, I've changed the grip there of the F sharp, and I've moved my 2nd finger here now, and then I'm stretching all the way up to, what fret is that? That's 5, 6, 7, 8, up to the 9th fret here on the D string with my pinky. That note there, okay? So watch how he does it off that E to B part, E to B, and then F sharp, and then E to B again, and then this F sharp part. Okay, and the only other part in this song that we have to worry about is a bridge part. Right, it goes something like that, and that is a G sharp minor chord, G sharp minor, to a B, to an E again. Okay, so I'll show you that right now. The G sharp minor chord that I play there is, again, at that 4th fret. That's getting a real workout, the 4th fret of the G string here, right? So you put that finger down, your 1st finger, and then this finger, your ring finger, will bar here. It'll bar this string and this string. So that's a here, here, and here. Gives you a G sharp minor chord. And I'm pretty much doing it all with downstrokes there, like this. Strumming pattern is da na 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 da na 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 na, and then to the B chord, and he does a little quick jump from the B chord, which is here again at the 4th fret, but this time up here at the 6th fret. And I'm actually employing my pinky now for the full B chord here, okay? So the pinky is here on the B note, which is the 7th fret of the high E string. So G sharp minor to B, and then a quick jump to this E voicing. That's not this E chord, it's this E chord this time. So I'm keeping it here all within that same little stretch of frets to basically make this pattern easier. So the G sharp minor chord is there at the 4th fret, barred here, and then I just jump up here with these 2 strings, still keeping that one on that 4th fret down there, right? So that never moves. So G sharp minor, and then to B, and then quickly these two fingers jump down a little bit to make it an E chord. All right, so that's 4th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, okay? So one more time. You can even add your pinky in there too if you want to give it a little bit of color on the G sharp chord. Add your pinky in on the 7th fret briefly there on the A string. So like this. And the B, E, B, and then the G sharp again. Then so the second time through the pattern, he doesn't do that little jump up from the E chord. He goes down from the B to that F sharp chord once again. So the first part goes in off the G sharp and then to B, E, B, then back to the G sharp again, then B and F sharp, and then it repeats again. Now that's that F sharp again with that sus4 note in there. So the final time they don't go down, they go from the G sharp to the B, and then they just go onto the F sharp chord. Again, I'm voicing it a little differently here. Right, and then back to the B chord. And that's John Mellencamp's classic song, Small Town, here on RPM, Rock and Pop Mandolin. A great song to play and a real test for your left hand to continue to play those bar chords on the mandolin. Good luck with that. I hope you enjoy the lesson and enjoyed the song. My name is Mike DeJong, and you are tuned in here to RPM, Rock and Pop Mandolin. Thanks very much. If you are a regular viewer and subscriber, we really appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, though, please do so if you can. Hit that little red button down there in the lower right corner. Really helps us to continue to grow as a channel, offering you many, many more classic rock and pop songs for mandolin in the future. So thanks again for tuning in. My name is Mike DeJong, and this is RPM.